just finished. How was the conversation? What was your initial thoughts and reactions? I'll start with you first, Lara.
Yeah, I think it was a good conversation. To be fair, I don't think we were highly disagreeing with each other at the outset, but it was really interesting to investigate all the nuances and all the different perspectives.
Onu?
Yeah, I agree with Lara. I mean, I think it was definitely a very interesting conversation. I think it's interesting how when you're put on the spot and forced to take a position, either you really are going to stick with your position, or you try to be as balanced as possible. And sometimes that's just, in my case, that wasn't always possible. I was very clear about where I stood, based on the question, and not on all the other peripherals.
Camille, how did you find the conversation?
No, I thought it was really good. I think you're also a really good presenter or a really good host, because actually we were able to delve, I think, a bit deeper. Whereas if we were just having dinner, I don't know how deep we would have delved into that conversation, or whether we would have gone off on tangents. So I think you kind of commanded it, I think, quite well, and made us think a little bit deeper about our position.
Thank you. Paul, how did you find the conversation?
I thought it was interesting.
Ooh,
really
what kind of interesting? British interesting or interesting?
No, it's interesting because I like how you policed the conversation.
You policed?
Yeah. And you know, like...
I said host and you said police.
yeah. Because, especially when you hit us with that, with the one with the Ukrainian woman and the Muslim man, and you're like, yeah, watch them squirm. So I thought that was really cool. I like that.
Is there any, and you don't say what it is, but was there any point in the conversation where you felt, actually, I would have changed my mind, but I'm going to stick to what I've said? Was there any time in the conversation with that? So your positions were your positions?
No, it's more, have I made myself clear, rather than I'm going to change my mind.
Okay. Did you feel you were clear, Lara?
Yeah, I mean, in some cases I interjected or repeated just to make sure that what I was thinking was what was coming out and what was being received.
Yeah. How did you find one another? So you don't know each other, so just to make that clear. How did you find having such an intense conversation with people you've never met?
Fun.
Yeah.
Fun?
I felt we were in a safe space. Something coming into this space felt safe. So I think even though we didn't know each other, we were brought into an environment where I think it was that your opinions would be valued and not judged. So I think that added to it.
Onu?
Yeah, I agree with that. What everyone said so far.
So you're agreeable now. You weren't agreeable at the end. No, I'm joking.
It felt like a safe space where one could, put one's opinion across quite comfortably, and whether people agreed or disagreed, that's okay. And I think that's the essence of this. It's to have a proper conversation where not all parties are always going to agree with everything that everyone says. So it's finding that understanding and appreciation of each other. Everyone's different. We're all different. We all have our opinions and views on life and situations. So it was very healthy for me.
Can I interject?
Interject. Interject.
The topic was about, some of it was integration, some of it was about difference and dynamics. We were talking about food and breaking bread before. We just broke bread, yeah? Food that was made with love, yeah? Brought into a safe space to have open dialogue about diversity in different cultures, and we're able to do it. This is a learning thing. She spoke about solutions. We all need to break bread more, and we need to have more dialogue, because how do you then learn about, like, she's like, ting, branding,
I did not pay her to say this.
branding.
I did not pay her to say this.
But, that's, and if you even go back old school, that's what I was saying to you, when I think of the concept of breaking bread, is about people coming together to converse. So I think it was a wonderful setup and journey.
And I did not pay her to say that. Go ahead, Paul.
You can pay me, I'm happy to.
Go ahead, Paul.
I wanted to say that the tone was set from when we arrived. The crew were very warm and welcoming. It was a calm environment, right? So there was a lot done to make us feel comfortable and arriving and relaxed, and the time that we spent around the table and before we started filming. So I think that really kind of set the tone in the room and the emotion, and that was really driven by, you know, whatever your journey was like coming here. You it was kind of like a yoga calming space. So I think the crew is really incredible. You know.
Thank you. And how'd you find your meal? Because we had African food tonight. Thoughts on the meal?
I just want to hear from them too about the job, because like we had a debate earlier.
Okay, I'm not gonna
we
put
need them to
Camille on the spot, given Camille's position. We're just gonna say, how did you find your meal? I am not doing that for Camille or Chef Naomi. So how did you find your meal?
It was delicious. Lovely.
Excellent.
You had a fourth course.
Well, what's wrong with that? You know, what's wrong with more love?
Oh, now you're running with it.
Yeah.
Final question: if I invited you back to my breaking bread table, would you come?
Absolutely.
100%.
Oh, thank you very much.
Depends on the topic.
Thank you for being my guest. Thank you.
Thank you, Sabrina.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah, and to the team as well.
Thank you for breaking bread with us. It was a pleasure to have you as my virtual dinner guest. Breaking Bread is available where all digital streaming platforms are available. You can also subscribe on YouTube, and don't forget to follow, turn on your notifications, and looking forward to the next time we break bread together.